Bob, and in this real estate video, I'm going to be teaching you the importance of following up. Yes, it is actually showing up to the networking event, seeing the potential new client, everything like that for the first time. Turns out, yes, that is half the battle, and that's exactly how much it is. Half the battle. The other half is actually following up with them, proving them that you are professional and consistent in the things that you do. So, how do you follow up and how do you do it well? The first thing to think about is actually when you first meet them. You see, in a conversation, you can either have a good conversation, an okay conversation, or a great conversation. One of the biggest parts of having a great conversation is having a deep bump. Now, what's a deep bump? Basically, what that is it is a technique or a feeling that you give to someone. So if you were to speak to them for only 2 minutes, if you could have something that you can reference later in your follow-ups that would have triggered an emotional response to them in some way, it doesn't really matter what it is, it gives them a reference point, and when they see your follow-up, they'll have a reaction to it, and they'll go, oh, Bob Collopy from Fort Lauderdale Realty, I like that guy. And then they will be more likely to follow up with you and respond in a more positive manner. So always be thinking about what kind of deep bump can you give to that person, this person, that one. It could be about anything. It's up to you. The other thing to think about is, when do you follow up? Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. If it's like a professional event, something quick, I like to do it that night when the event is over. I take their business cards and I type down everything I can about them, and I get it out sooner rather than later, because you are better at remembering what the heck you were talking about, especially at a networking event where you might have shook 50 different hands. The other thing to mention is, if you're not going to do it that night, you still want to do it within 24 hours. Have your email, do it quick, have them remember you. Your chances are much higher if you do it within the first 24 hours rather than doing it a week later. Because whether or not they remember you is less important. It's more the fact that, you know, the emotional response again, like that bump, has withered away. You've let that go because you waited a week. So that's another thing to think of. The third thing is, let's say you're getting a lot of cards, right? Or you're talking to a lot of people. You're going to the gym and you're just striking up tons of conversations. However you do it, doesn't matter. You need a way to track all these people you're talking to. And there's a lot of ways to do it. There's a lot of things called customer relationship managers. And this is, I think, becoming a more hot little software thing where everyone's trying to get to. Like, there's Contactually, there's the classic Sage. But the one I really like, the one I personally like because it is so versatile and scalable, is actually Zoho. Zoho is awesome because it is free for the first few people who use it. So if it's just you, Zoho's free. It does 90% of everything you need to know. But if you want to scale up and get more fancy, have tasks automatically made, have workflows made, have really good email templates made, and just kind of have it to where you can kind of just shoot out tons of emails quickly but are still actually personal, and these things will still remind you to call and this and that and the other, Zoho is the best thing for you. Another great thing about Zoho that I think is completely overlooked in regards to customer relationship managers, CRMs for short, is really the customer help, the help desk. You see, at all these other things with software, just in general, the help desks are worthless. They're normally staffed by people that have a few scripted answers to whatever problem. They kind of fix it, then they kind of pass you away, or you know, you're on hold for like 2 hours or something ridiculous like that. Zoho, very quick, and they actually know what they're talking about. I have not gone, I've been on the phone with these guys a lot because I use this for my entire brokerage. But these guys actually answer my call within a reasonable amount of time, and then they really go through and solve the problem. Who knew that would make me like them so much? But it does. So that is what I would do if you want to get higher scale. because they're great on the front end. And also, I also said they're versatile. There are 1,000 other things you can do with Zoho. You can also track your social media campaigns through Zoho. You can have little motivator things if you have a sales team. You can do, man, you can really do anything. And this is all cloud-based. It works on Mac, Windows. It works on your Droids, Motorola. So if you have different people in the office or if you switch phones a lot, Zoho works. It's got an app for your phone. It's got an app for your iPad. It's got an app for whatever thing you need. It's there. It works. It's awesome. So those are the main things that I've been talking about, which were... What have I been talking about? I've been talking about establishing that deep bump on the front end so that when you do follow up, they'll be more successful. You follow up within 24 hours. And if you want to get fancy, you get a CRM that will help remind you to call and email people and follow up and know what's going on. So that's everything on following up, guys. If you really enjoyed this, please subscribe to me. And if you like the video, please like it. I really like it when you like my videos. So that's it for today, guys. Have a good one. Bye.